Good evening and welcome to A Punk on Film. I'm Matthew, Mamu Nestor, or Mamu's Action Figure Blog, and I'm here with my guest here tonight, Tony. Tony's Figs. How you doing, Tony?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing? Sounds like you're gonna have fun. Bye, punk. You got another bald guy. You got another bald guy to take his place. All right.
Well, we got to keep the quotas up, right? It's
I
all
guess,
about
right?
diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about good old Lethal Weapon tonight, but let's get kind of warmed up a little bit. Anything that you've been watching, movies, television, anything?
Lately, no, I caught up. I barely watched. I didn't know Transformers was streaming, and at the station last night, yesterday, I watched it. But then, right when he suited up, when Mirage gave him the keys to he's hurting, and he's like, you gotta take the wheel now, and he got him all ironed up, all Iron Man'd up. We got a call, and I had to take off, and I'm like, God dang it! But it's streaming, so I could have watched it today, but I didn't do it, So, anyways, I don't know what else is streaming. I want to catch up on, I want to watch The Flash. I want to watch Indiana Jones. I want to watch Mission Impossible that just came out. So, but no, I did watch Lethal Weapon again, and dude, I was like, damn, I fucking love this movie.
This movie's so good. I love it. Hey, Allison, how you doing?
Allison, it's my freaking saturation on my camera. It's making this Mexican dude fucking lighter than hell. I'm like, damn. Matson's the white guy, and I'm whiter than he is.
Good evening. Good to see you, Genghis. DJ.
DJ, what's up, DJ? That's my boy.
PNC, buddy. How's it going? Twisted Metal, huh? Awesome. Yeah.
Twisted Metal.
I just saw that recently. I didn't know that was a thing.
Is that new? It's got Anthony Mackie in it, I think.
I think it is kind of new. Is it based off the video game? I don't know.
I think so.
About it. Oh, that'd be wicked. That'd be wicked. Skyfall, how you doing?
Okay, now I got the comments up. Right on. What is up, chat?
He's got you, man. He's gonna get you.
What did I do, bro? Shit. All right. I'll make this last one count then. You didn't mess it up now.
Yeah, based on the games. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, folks. We appreciate it. Appreciate you watching.
Thanks for coming in to watch us talk stuff about this movie.
I've been waiting to watch a couple things. We finally saw Mission Impossible. That was fun.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That was very entertaining. 2 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours of stuff. So I enjoyed it. Going the whole time. So it was fun. And then
this fool's dating Haley Atwell right after, huh? Or during.
Oh, probably.
He does that with all his ladies. Asshole, I'm jelly. that's Captain Carter, baby.
Yeah. And then there's an interesting series called Foundation on Apple that's based off a series of books, very loosely based on them. Very sci-fi heavy stuff. It's kind of interesting. It's all right.
Right on.
I don't think you'll be disappointed, PNC. It was a good time.
PNC.
It was a good time.
Awesome,
yeah. Hey, I don't think anybody in my household really cares about seeing the Barbie movie, but I want to see Oppenheimer. I think that'll be a good one.
I'll see both of them. I think my kid wants to see Barbie. So,
yeah.
So I'm like, let's go. I'll do it.
I'm sure I'll see it at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not in any rush, but if she wants to, let's go. You go see the movie. You go see the daddy movies. I'll go see your movie. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. It's got to work that way. But generally, I try to pick them. I try to watch them or know enough about them before we go in to see them because there's stuff that I don't care for her to watch.
Of course.
All right. Let's see.
You can hear me okay, Matt?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
Let's do that one. All right, so Lethal Weapon, 1987, a buddy cop movie. Man, it kind of kicked off the whole French. I mean, that whole time frame was kind of ramping up to something like this. And between, you've got Die Hard, you've got 48 Hours, and you've got Lethal Weapon and Beverly Hills Cop. All these movies are just amazing cop movies, and they they hit the machismo level to maximum on this one. They get very interesting with the phrasing and the words that they use. They wouldn't get away with using today.
Richard Donner, man.
Yeah, Donner, he kills it every time. Donner's Superman cut of Superman 2 is still my favorite version of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, he hits all the right notes. He's a very competent guy. He puts everything together really good. As a point of reference, at the time this movie was made, Danny Glover was 41 years old. Damn. Mel Gibson was 31 years old.
Wow.
And in the movie, it starts off at Danny Glover's 50th birthday.
Yeah, he's supposed to be 50.
He's supposed to be 50.
And he had a beard. He had a beard in the beginning, too.
Yeah, he had that big old nasty beard.
Oh.
Catch him in the bathtub.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, really? Yeah, and then the porn starts happening.
Well, I mean, the movie starts out that way, right? You have this girl's just chilling out, hanging out, you know. Obviously,
Amanda Hunsaker.
High as a kite. I mean, she
she
was out
lit.
of her mind.
Yeah.
But you get that Christmas music. I did. Joel Silver's a part of this too. There's a lot of really talented people involved in this movie. Gary Busey. I mean,
Gary Busey is awesome.
My mom's boyfriend grew up with him in Oklahoma.
That's crazy.
They used to shoot steel beer cans out of the back of pickup trucks.
Yeah. I can see Busey doing that today.
Oh man! And then you've got some Eric Clapton music. This movie was written by Shane Black.
Yeah, Predator fame.
Predator. He was in Predator, and then he ended up writing the terrible Predator movie later on, The Predator.
Mm-hmm.
That was not so good. But yeah, then we've got this half-naked girl sitting there, chilling out,
high as a kite,
questioning her place in the world.
She was about to do a Jenny from Forrest Gump. Go for the window.
Yeah. You know, and you just see her, and then boom, there she goes.
And there she goes. She did Jenny first. Whoa. What the hell is that?
Takes off, and then we get the naked man in the bathtub scene as his kids come in as he's trying to take a bath, wishing him a birthday. I always thought that was really weird.
That was weird. I'll be like, man, get out!
What are you doing? It's my bathroom.
My daddy'd be like, what the hell? I don't know. I know what I would do, but shit. The hell?
PNC, there's a Donner cut of Superman 2. It is very different than the theatrical cut because halfway through, Donner filmed both movies back to back, and then they got rid of him and brought in a campy director to put in all the weird comedy and different things. And so he redid a lot of things and made it a different movie.
Right.
They both have their merits, but I really prefer the Donner cut for the storytelling and cohesiveness between the two films.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They both have their... But yep, there she goes. She drops, and then after she drops, we cut to that with the birthday cake. 50th birthday, where the actor's 41. That must have been hard.
Yeah.
But then we go to Riggs's place, and I think it's funny because they insert a lot of very current things into this movie. 3 times in the movie, they've got the television in the background playing something weird, right?
Cartoons.
So, well, the cartoons, yeah, the Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff like that later on. But the Purdue ad, I don't know if you remember that one growing up or not. But the Purdue's were always talking about making the fresh young chicken.
Oh wow! It takes a tough man to make a tender chicken. Jesus.
The commercial in the background as we see this naked guy getting out of bed with his dog.
Yeah, he was butt naked, getting out of bed,
completely naked.
Door open, everything.
First thing he does is he starts smoking in bed, listening to the Family Feud that comes on. And then, I mean, you get the whole picture. Okay, so you get this thing that happened in the front. You get this family man who's got his kids and everything. Now you got this guy living in a trailer on the beach, drinking beer and smoking cigarettes when he first wakes up in the morning, living in a trashed out trailer. I mean,
He woke up. Yeah. He woke up with a cigarette.
Yeah, he woke up with a cigarette in his mouth. The dog's just staring at him, cracking a beer. And then that's where you first see the tattoo on his arm and how in shape Mel is for this role.
31 years old, you said, and he's pretty ripped for this.
Yep, I looked about like that when I was 31. I was still competing around the world then.
Yeah.
And we go back to the family making bacon in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And
you cut the beard.
You see that Roger's got his gun on his hip, so obviously there's something there. Nobody's worried about that. They talk about Mike Hutsacker. An old friend called, and he's like, yeah, whatever. Charlie tried just wish me a 50th birthday or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't even pay it no attention.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah. His
wife's
confused, like, you never talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see here. Do I have a slide of that? I only did about half the slides for this. There we go. Yep. Daughter comes walking down in this New Year's Eve dress, and Daddy's not too happy about it.
Rianne is looking a little bit too older there. Like, she's like, whoa,
yep.
Slow down there, girl. What did she say? That's her New Year's dress. That's
her New Year's dress. Yep, that's right. That's
so what do you think you're going to New Year's in that?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And then, he's not having any of it. And then they kind of talk about that boy with the blonde hair and the dimples and all that stuff. They kind of mention
piss in his face.
And then let's see. Then we go to the police station, or the crime scene. That's right. That's where we go to. Arrives at the crime scene, and we've got Dixie, the hooker's hanging out there, giving her statement to everybody. And he's like, "Wait a minute, Amanda Hutsacker. Uh-oh." He's like, "Maybe my buddy was calling about something."
Exactly.
He's like, "What's going on?" So he's like, "Great, now I'm really invested in this case. This is going to be a tough one."
And Dixie's all exhausted, and he's like, "Oh, I know the feeling. All dressed up and no one to blow."
Yeah. I love it. Yep. And
they didn't care back then. They talked a lot of shit back then.
They talked so much shit. It was, I don't know. It's an honest time when you could do that kind of stuff, and people appreciated it, or who somebody is if they're honest, right?
All she said is, you know what? You're hilarious. I said, you know I'm right, stupid. You're a whore. You're a freaking whore.
Yep. Yeah, he was surprised when he heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we go to him looking at the picture of daddy and daughter and reminiscing about, hey, this is my buddy. I know he's got this family. And then we cut to some cocaine deals going on.
We cut to the cocaine, that white horse.
There it is. It's all sitting out there. And you see our wonderful trailer camper out there looking like he's going to be buying some coke from these guys. But something seems a little strange. But
yeah, all in broad daylight. They got the Christmas trees to hide them.
Christmas trees to hide them down. Yeah, and they got it's just snow. It's just snow.
Yeah, he whips out like $100. $100, okay.
Well, they're like, well, what do you want? And he said, well, I'll take it all. And he's like, well, all right. And they said, how much did it cost? $100. Whips out $100.
Get all pissed off.
Man? What the hell, man? And then bam, throws down the badge. And then they all get into it, and the cops come out, and gunfire ensues. He immediately kills two of the guys. Bam, bam. Gets the guy coming out of the back of the truck with a shotgun. Well-placed action scene, and then he gets taken hostage, and then he goes nuts, right? He's like,
he does the Hollywood roll on the ground firing.
Yeah. But once he gets the gun point to his head, he's like, shoot him. Shoot me. Shoot, just stop him. He doesn't care. Obviously, he was looking like he's a little crazy.
Yep. It goes dark real quick.
Yeah. And so you see this guy's not wired entirely right. As he's sitting there, flashing the badge, getting taken hostage. There's the girl cop behind him. He's like, shoot him, shoot me, shoot anybody.
Hey, shoot him.
He flips it on him.
Yep.
He's like, all right.
And he was pissed, and he's like, he was ready to do him. They're like, no. The other cops had to pull him off.
Yep. Adrenaline dump. You can see I mean, I don't know if you've ever had one. I'm sure you have, but people know that's an adrenaline dump.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
Yep.
He's got the Hollywood mullet going strong.
Yeah, man. It was that time, man. It was that time. Man, and you just see this guy going nuts. And then we get back to the trailer on the
trailer on the beach.
Yep. And then he's got a gun in his hand, and he's thinking about his wife. This is when we're understanding that he's not with her anymore, that she's gone.
Yeah, he's got the Beretta M9 just in his hand, finger on the trigger.
Yeah, most popular gun in the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
It was in every movie. Everybody was talking about the Beretta 9mm.
Yep, that was the Army's sidearm.
Yep, and so you see him participate in this little ritual. He clears the gun, he cleans it out. He sticks one bullet in there, and well, then he puts it to his head.
That was a weird looking hollow point too. It just looked like ball ammo, but pointy. Yeah. I'm like, that's the hollow point? My hollow points don't look like that, but okay.
Well, we got better technology now. Who knows?
87.
And they just took a little knife and dug a little hole in it, right? That's how they made them back then. But he sticks it to his head first, and he's like, no, that's not right. And, here, there, sticks it in his mouth. He's contemplating how to do it, and then right before he gets to do it, he can't. He stops. And you hear Bugs Bunny saying "Merry Christmas."
Yep.
In the background. Donner's so good at hitting those beats of not comedy, but poignant reflection on something through something going on in the background. Yep. So you got to pay attention to the whole movie.
Right.
And it's killing him inside. He's got some demons.
No more Victoria Lynn. Victoria Lynn is gone. Then we find out that she got killed in a car accident?
Yeah, by a drunk driver. And then and then it's not until the third one that you kind
of find out something happened crazy with it.
It wasn't really a drunk driver, but yeah.
Okay. Right. Come back to that.
Yeah, because there were 5 Lethal Weapon movies and a
TV
series.
God, I can't remember. I can't believe there were 5. Yeah.
I don't remember much about the 5th one because, man, they were old in that one.
They were old. Yeah,
when your catch line is "I'm too old for this shit" in the first movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then you got. I love Joe Pesci, but dude, the comedic relief was just so too much.
Now, well, when they put Joe Pesci and Chris Rock in it.
Yeah, that was the third one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then you got Renee Russo was in. I can't remember which one she was in. Not the second one. I can't remember though. Well, but this is the first one. My bad.
She's in the second.
I digress.
One, I think. Yeah, we get to.
The cops are singing carols.
Cops are, getting ready for some carols, and you get them trying to sing, get everybody on board, and then you get the psych. The police psychologist that's saying how unstable Riggs is, how he should be taken off patrol, he shouldn't be working, and the captain is sticking up for him.
And they've both been in a lot of movies too, both of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I recognize. This dude was in Basic Instinct too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, Allison. That
That's crazy.
Was rewritten by Carrie Fisher.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. The Renee Russo parts were good, and that connection, that chemistry that she had with Mel, I thought worked really well. But yeah, she's like, "No, this dude's crazy. He needs to be evaluated. We need to get him out of here." Captain's sticking up for him.
Yeah, she saw the surface rigs.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, she knows that there's something there, and she wanted to get to the heart.
Yeah, she knew.
He goes and does something crazy, which
She
he
knew.
does this whole movie.
Yeah, she was on point. She knew her shit, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And then his people are just sticking up for him, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
which was
you know,
cool, by the way. Yeah.
I mean, it's the bro code, it's the man code, it's the cop
Yeah.
code, right? You got to back your people. You got to trust them, because if you don't trust them, I mean, you've got each other's lives in your hands.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to know enough about him to say he can handle this.
And then he said something to the effect of, "Well, if he does it, we'll know you're right."
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, well, if he offs himself, we'll know you're right.
Yeah. He said something like that. Yeah.
And then this the bum, you know, he comes walking in to sit down on the desk. I mean, we know he's a cop, but you look at him and he's like, he's got the hat down low. He's got, you know,
he's coming from narcotics undercover. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he looks like a, you know, a homeless dude almost. And then he takes his gun out to check it. I don't know why you would do
cops
that.
do that in the office all the time, right? No.
Yeah, right. I'm like, yeah, no.
There's a spot for them to do that.
There's exactly for this reason. There's a specific place and time where you would be able to do that, and it's not at your desk.
It's not at your desk. He don't give a shit.
And then there goes Murtaugh. He's talking with the other cop about the new partner that he's got to get. He's comes out and charges him and
gun,
yelling gun, and
he's like who?
Who? What? And he takes him down. Nice simple little toss right on the ground and sets him up, and basically he's like,
puts his boot on his throat. Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, he's like, oh, you were coming at me, and then like, hey Raj, meet your new partner.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. Yep.
One of the many times he says it is like, yep, the kid's with you. And it's crazy because it's in 87, or I guess 87 they made it. What year are they trying to portray in the movie? 87? Let's go ahead and say that. So, so how old would he be in the movie, Riggs, if he was in Vietnam? And in Vietnam, your guys they're kids. They're like 19 and 20 in Vietnam. So kind of
if it's 87, then 77 he would be 20.
Yeah.
But so maybe they're aging him up, and they're aging because those were their actual ages, right?
Yeah. They're aging them up. Yeah.
Maybe they aged both of them up for this.
Right.
You know, so maybe they're saying that he was in his 40s or something.
Exactly.
Because there'd be no way.
No.
But also back in that scene when he was talking to the other guy, they talked about the cause of death of Amanda was drain cleaner, doctored pills.
Yeah. She would have been dead already, anyways, if she didn't jump.
Already. Yeah. So she was dead no matter what happened.
And I'm sorry. They both Riggs and Murtaugh were in Nam. They at different times, I think, but they're both
different areas for sure.
Different area, yeah. They were,
yeah. Yeah. And then they have the parking lot conversation.
Yeah. You got a 6-shooter?
Yeah, they're comparing their manhoods to each other.
Easy.
This is what I'm carrying.
Yeah, 15 in the mag, 1 in the pipe.
Yeah.
What you got in there? 6-shooter. A lot of old timers carry those.
A lot of yep. And this is when he talks about being in Phoenix Project in Vietnam, assassination type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Murtaugh's like, it's over, you know. What is the war?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. just thought I'd remind you, you know, because you know he's got this reputation. But yeah, that. And he's like, that's some serious shit. Yep. I put in there gun measuring. Yeah, that's what they're
right. Yep.
And then they go on the big speech of, hey, look, let's cut the shit. You know, they get down to it. And he's like saying, are you freaking suicidal? Are you going to draw this from a psycho pension? You know, what's reality here? And he's like, you know, I am who I am. You know, what do you want? I'm going to do my job. He says, "I don't want to work with you." Hey, I don't want to work with you either.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here either. That makes us. So let's just, go with the flow.
Yeah.
Riggs was going with it, and Murtaugh was like, "I'm gonna be 50." He wasn't like retiring or quitting anything like,
No,
but
but
it's just
be a
like
detective at 50.
yeah, I'm a detective at 50, and now I got you as the partner. Holy shit!
Yeah, he's like, I had no choice. It looks like we both got
That was like
that.
a running thing, I remember. You remember Colors with Sean Penn and Robert Duvall. It's like you'll put the young one with the older one. And a few movies did that.
Yeah, and it became a trope, right? The wise older mentor and the young buck who's trying to make his way.
Mhm.
Was it the Rising Sun? Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes.
That one too.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome.
That was just on the other day too.
Basically Riggs is like, hey, we're both screwed here. I mean, if I'm crazy or not, either way, we're both screwed.
Yeah. What's up, Ray? Ray Paz is in the chat. I didn't see him earlier.
Oh man.
Yeah, 48 Hours was great. Oh my goodness.
I love that movie.
Whoever thought putting Nick Nolte with Eddie Murphy? Holy! Oh, it was Terrence Hill. I think it was Terrence Hill. I'm sorry. I think the director for 48 Hours.
48 Hours. Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Nolte and Murphy were pure genius together, and they played hard on the stereotype.
Yeah,
that was every level in that one.
That 40 Hours. Yeah, the older cop and the young convict.
And the young convict. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they're still in the parking complex, sizing each other up, measuring weapons.
And then we go to Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, all young.
Yep. And then we find out his name is Mr. Joshua, and you got the
Mr.
club.
Joshua.
You got the club music playing, and they're trying to pick music, and this guy comes in to do a deal, and he's kind of nervous or whatever, and says, "Where'd you get these guys from? Psychos or us?"
They're all mercs,
and they're all straight up stone cold killer mercs, and very professional. And then that's when we do the loyalty test. And
yeah, because he said, yeah, right. Hey man, don't worry about my guys; they're loyal. And he's like, yeah, right, sure. Oh, come here, Joshua. And Joshua's like, damn, here I got to get burned now.
He's like, whatever you want, sir. Here's my wrist. And so he burns him and then stops it. And the guy's all freaking out and wanting to do the heroin deal on Friday night.
Yep, Shadow Company.
And then he's like, have the money ready or deal with Mr. Joshua. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, because they had the heroin, and he was trying to buy stuff to sell. So yeah, they were moving it in. So there you go.
And at this point in the movie, I mean, we're not even barely 20 minutes in. I think we're right at about the 20-minute mark. We've introduced all the characters.
Yeah.
All right. We've got this mentally disturbed police officer who's right on the edge. We've got this family man officer who's doing his time and getting out. He's prided himself on not having to ever kill anybody and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And you've got this group of psychos over here that are hardcore, ready to go balls to the wall. And you have this murder that took place. And so basically all the characters have been thrown into the mix. Now let's see what happens as we go on.
Gonna follow that Hunsaker lead. What? He tried to call me, and now his daughters just got okay. I guess I got to go talk to him now.
Yep, time to go talk to her, talk to him, and basically talk to him about the autopsy report, and say, yeah, she would have been dead either way. So something happened here, and he's like, you owe me. You owe me.
Oh, because he saved his ass and mom. Yeah.
Yep. He's like, this is my little girl. I don't care what it takes. And,
yeah, he got really vocal in the bank. He was like, "You kill him! You kill him!" Hey, I'm a cop. What the hell?
Cop. Yeah, I mean, I gotta do my job. Do it the right way. And you got the hot dog stand when you get some little feedback back and forth between Riggs and Murtaugh.
Are you moving the slides, Matt? I still see the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, the slides, the next slide is a little bit, I didn't get.
It's too further? Oh, you're good. You're good. Then I thought something was messing up on my end. Okay,
no,
you're
I haven't
good.
moved them yet. And,
Oh, you're good.
And I don't have too many more. I didn't get a chance to finish them.
No problem.
But yeah, we got. They talk about 1965. He took a bayonet in the lungs for me, saved my life.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hunsaker did. Yeah. That was nice of him.
Yeah, and so now, you know, I owe him, and we've got to do this thing. And then they're driving, and I say, "Hey, you want me to drive?" No.
Yeah, no, you can't never drive, kid. I'm driving.
The Psycho Man drive. And they get a call.
Didn't trust him for shit yet.
And can't trust him for nothing yet. He's an unknown commodity, and all you know about him is that everybody thinks he's crazy.
Yep.
You know? And so they get a call, for a jumper.
Oh, yeah.
And you got the guy on the roof there getting ready to go. And then Murtaugh's like, "You got experience with this?" I said, "Yeah, I got experience with this."
Yeah, I've done it before.
You go handle that. And you got the yuppie jumper.
Yep, the yuppie jumper. He can't take it no more.
He starts freaking out when Riggs gets up there, and then he starts climbing out on the edge, and Murtaugh's like, "What the hell's he doing?
No, don't go out on the edge.
Don't go on the edge, man.
Don't go on the edge.
Like, no guns." And then, you know, and he introduced himself and said, "This guy's like, leave me alone, leave me alone."
You want a cigarette?
Yeah, tricks him with the cigarette.
Cuffs him.
And
he's like, "Come on, let's go." Damn.
So, you want to jump? You want to jump? Let's jump.
You want to do you wanna?
And he's like, no.
Let's do it.
And it's a bad piece of editing because you can see that when they jump off, they're clearly not connected for safety reasons because they have to follow a different target. But then they have to go grab and hold each other's hands and look like they're cuffed together.
Yeah, and one of them's going in his back already, and one of them's still. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Well, at least and no one knew because I watched it again, and no one knew that the airbag was there. I didn't see it before they went up there. I didn't see it at all.
There was no setup for that. We saw the fire truck in the background. That was the only thing that we saw. Yeah,
and then when they jumped and then they hit it, oh, no wonder he took him off. Yeah.
Yep. And then the guy's like, "This guy's crazy."
Yeah, he started crying. And he's like, Riggs like, "Hey, let's go again. You want to go again?"
He's like, "What? I got him."
That'd be me, bro.
He's alive.
That would be me. I control the jump. What do you want?
Exactly. And then we get the pull aside conversation, and basically he's like, "You want to do yourself? You want to do yourself right here?" And he hands him the gun, and he's like, getting ready to go right there. And
he's like, "I'll do it right now."
I mean, this is another adrenaline dump for him, but man, he is on the edge.
Yeah, he's like, and then he told him, "You want to know every night I think about eating a bullet? Yeah, man, this and this and that. And every day I try them, and I do. You know why I don't do it? Oh, this is gonna make you laugh. And I mean, I do it because of the job, just doing the job."
Yep. He gets real serious, and I mean, this movie has some dark spots.
Yeah, that's. Damn. Yep. Yeah. Ray Paz the mullet. I talked about that, but these guys got the good mullets. It's not really short and clean on top and a long tail. It's like just grows into the long.
Yeah.
At least for Gibson, it did.
Yep. And then he's like, "I'm not afraid to do it." And he's like, "Well, take it. Don't nibble on it. Shove it down your throat and pull the trigger."
Oh, it might go in my ear. Yeah, not kill you.
Yeah. Going about it all the ways because, I mean, at this point, he's like, "Oh, yeah, right here." Underneath. So clearly he's thought about this. He
pulled the hammer all the way back. Yep. And then and Murtaugh's webbing of his hand stopped it.
Guy clip him right there.
Yep.
Every time I see this thing, there's a comic book that if you read it, you're probably going to go to hell. It's called Preacher. I don't know, but there's a character in there called Arseface.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
And they call him that because he took a shotgun and stuck it right here and blew the front of his face off, but he lived.
When he lived, that's our face. Yeah.
Yeah. And every time he does that, I'm like, no, that's not the best way.
It's not gonna do it. It's just gonna go. It's just gonna exit. Yeah, man. I've been on calls where I've had to deal with those patients. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's rough. Either way you look at it, it's not a good way to go.
No, you gotta just put it in your mouth. Sorry.
Yeah. Then he's like, "You're not trying to draw a psycho pension. You really are crazy." He's like,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm getting
something to eat. Yep. And then what is the first thing they do? They get something to eat, and he makes a phone call right away.
With that excellent mobile phone.
Check that brick out, man. It's a Motorola, baby. Look at that thing. And it's got a whole 2-hour battery on that thing.
Oh my God, look at that thing. That is crazy. A whole pack. You got to carry on the pack with you. That's a phone.
Yep. You're on the edge of the death wish, and for the second time, he said, "I'm too old for this shit."
Yep. And freaking Riggs is eating like a Happy Meal on the back of the car, waiting for him.
And he's making the call with the shrink, who the shrink just basically tells him, "You're screwed."
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's gonna go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the shrink.
Yep. And then he's talking to himself when they're driving.
Yep.
Shut up. You're looking at a dead man. He's going back and forth in that car ride as they driving around town. And then buddy today. Then the birthday thing comes up. He's like, I didn't know. You didn't know what? I didn't know it was your birthday today.
Happy birthday, seriously.
Happy birthday. If I'd known, I would have gotten you something. He's like, sincerely, happy birthday. And he's like, well, thanks, man. So that one point of human connection, it's like, okay, he's got human qualities in there.
Yeah.
And he says, maybe we'll stay alive long enough for me to get you a birthday present.
That's scary. That stresses him out so much.
He's like, great, thanks a lot. They laugh. They get a call to a Beverly Hills address.
It's right here. It comes. Yeah, it's Amanda Hunsecker's meal ticket. Who was paying the bills?
Yep. Who's paying the bills? We finally track them down, and this is the location. And they pull up to this nice house, this nice backyard that they're heading towards. And what do they find? Two ladies.
Some two hookers.
Some hookers doing some blow.
Some two hookers with the Tony Montana stuff around there.
Yeah. Got that white powder going on.
Get that powder. White pony.
And then as soon as they see them, first they're like, oh, come on in. And they're like, oh, wait, there's another guy with a gun back there. And they freak out. And a gun battle starts.
Yeah.
They start blowing each other away.
Shotgun. Yeah.
And Murtaugh's like, don't kill anybody. Don't kill anybody. He's like, what? And they get to the battle. They think that they're halfway winning or whatever. And then all of a sudden, the guy pulls back up and boom, they got to shoot him.
Yeah. And he was already wounded. Murtaugh wounded him. He's like, yeah, see, I didn't kill him. I shot him in the leg. Then we questioned him.
Yep. Then they started the arresting process, and he pulls the gun and
he kicks Riggs in the stomach, and then Riggs just dumps him in the water.
Dumps him.
And then he's got the old school cover
right here. He's already dead. He's already dead.
Yeah, he shot him right in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, he was
clearly Riggs did. Yeah.
And then you get that plastic wrap around you when you're going underwater, and you're gonna drown or suffocate.
Yeah. The death trap, the pool covers. Yeah, That's an old ass pool cover I've never seen in real life.
I was gonna say I've never seen one like that either. Anybody put the pool cover on? It's either really thick and heavy because it's winterizing, or it's the bubble sun cover. You can put it.
Yeah, exactly. You fall in this, you are going to drown.
Yep. Yep, no doubt. We had a dog fall in our pool one time. My dad was so pissed he had to go get the dog out because we had a vinyl lining on our pool.
Yeah,
because it was totally 80s. Pissed at the neighbor's dog. But yeah, so the one lead that they had is gone, and now we get an Alka-Seltzer commercial. and you know you're sitting at this guy's place, and you know I don't know where he got clothes from or whatever, but he clearly changed clothes or wrapped up in a blanket.
Yeah, I think that's what I was looking at it the other day. I'm like, okay, they stayed there because they had just killed the guy, so they have to stay there on scene, get get uniformed officers, cordon off the area, tape it off, wait for the coroner. You know, EMS fire had already came. They did already, you know, hey, he's dead. We ain't transporting shit. So then the coroner, they have to stay there the whole time. So I'm thinking they raided that guy's wardrobe and just got some sweats, got whatever.
Probably.
Or dried their own clothes.
Anything that they were wearing had to be bagged up for evidence too, right?
Yeah.
Should have been.
So I'm like, okay, that's I could buy that. Yeah, all right, 80s movie. Riggs was watching a hockey game or something.
Yeah, he's watching the hockey game, but the Alka-Seltzer commercial comes on. I'm thinking, well, I bet you they might need a couple antacids after a day like that they've had. Eating that fast food, getting into a gunfight.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
And then they get to see some Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Again.
And then they
damn. Yeah, they're
yeah, they I don't need a invitation. Where are we? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, talking about trying to unpack the case as they're looking for it, thinking about, you know, where they're going to go, how they're going to, you know, get probable cause. You know, the girls see the badges, they run, they go through the whole spiel about what happened, telling the boss man. And then he's got
what leads him back. Is this what leads him back to Dixie? The hooker?
In a roundabout way, yeah. Okay. So, see, I think after this they go. Yeah, they go back to. They're trying to unpack the case, so they go back to Murtaugh's place to have dinner, and well, the daughter.
Oh yeah.
This young man coming home with dad, and he's kind of cute. He's got the mullet hair.
Got a beautiful mullet going.
Yeah,
I mean, he is Mel Gibson. He is Mel Gibson, though. Shit.
Yeah, they can't. You know, she can't stop staring at him.
Yeah, and the little kids bust a little rap. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you know, dinner time, rap time. You know, making fun of some people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get out to the boat and start chatting.
Yeah,
she can't stop staring at him.
Rianne, how old? I wonder how old Rianne is now.
Yeah, right.
I seen a picture of her. I'm like, oh wow, that is her.
Yeah, and then we get out to the boat. Mm-hmm. The boat that Roger knows nothing about.
Yeah.
And Riggs starts the boat and freaks him out. And
he's like, "You looking for this, Captain? You looking for this, Captain? You asshole!"
And this is where they come up with their thing. He says, "We've got one dead girl, one dead guy." What's that?
Oh no, that was right. Yeah, after he started it, they started coming up with things, and then, you know, the wife had to throw the garbage, little jab, and Roger.
Yep. And I love it how they get to the point. There's wife with garbage, and I was gonna do it. But we've got guests.
Yeah, right. We've got to get. I was entertaining our guest. And then he leaves. This is the part I was tripping on. He leaves, and they start talking about him. And then right away he says, "You know, I did a guy in Laos at so many yards, and not so many people could do that shot." And I'm like, why was this pertinent? I don't know. I felt weird. I didn't ask you, Riggs. I didn't ask you if you were a good sniper. I mean, okay, but he's like something about him being crazy, but like controlled. Like, I don't know. It was just kind of weird. He threw that in there. I'm like, He didn't even ask you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, obviously he felt like he could share. They were having a bonding moment there. Just trying to let him know about some of the stuff that he's been through. I mean, because he's been through some
So
stuff.
hey, I've been through some shit. So,
and then
you really like my wife's cooking? No.
No.
I'll see you tomorrow.
But I like the part when he's talking about. But what I do know is that your daughter smokes pot in the house.
Oh yeah.
Your wife can't cook. And you don't take out the trash.
Yeah.
I think we got some good bonding time here.
Trifecta, right there. Yeah. Yeah, your daughter smokes pot in the house. It's illegal.
Like it says, you don't trust me, do you? He says, I'll tell you what. You make it through tomorrow without killing anybody, and I'll start trusting you. It's like, fair enough.
Right.
And honestly, I think that's the last slide I have. So I don't. Yeah.
And all that's funny, but I want to know once that happens, and how many people has Riggs killed at this point? He killed the porno guy, the drug guy.
He killed 3 people at.
He killed a few people at the drug deal with the Christmas trees.
Right. Yeah.
They'd be taken off shift pending the shooting.
Yeah, I know. Every single shooting is a minimum of a week?
Yeah, you'd be on administrative leave for like 2 months from all the people you just wasted. Yeah, detective.
Right, exactly.
Riggs would be off the case, and we'd be having Eddie Murphy take his place or somebody. Damn, you're like you'd be on administrative leave from all those deaths, and it's until they clear you. But anyway, it's a movie, right? It's a movie.
Whatever. Yeah, cops never have to deal with that side of things. They don't ever have to meet with the shrink. Unfortunately, right. Whatever. They do it all the time.
Save you, man.
But after this, Murtaugh goes back into the house and he's starting to look at some packages. And he got a little present from his kids, a little toy, cop gear.
Yep.
And then he finds this other package from Hunsaker, and it's Amanda's. She graduated in '83 apparently, so this may be earlier.
83.
87. But Amanda Hunsaker graduated high school in 1983, and then she's got the sexy video that was sent to him too. So he's seeing the yearbook picture and the sexy video with his friend's daughter, which is just awkward.
Yeah, it's just like, what the hell? Who sent him that? Just the investigation people? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It might have been in the gear, but it looked like it was a package sent to him. So maybe Hunsaker sent it to him. I don't know. But he falls asleep watching this porno video of his friend's kid. And then gets woken up by Riggs with coffee in his face. And Riggs has a theory. And Murtaugh's like, I'm in bed, dude. Let me take a shower. It's like, the hooker. Somebody said it's not her normal beat, right? So what was she doing there? And so basically comes up, lays out this whole elaborate thing where Dixie, the hooker, was hired to kill Amanda Hunsaker with the drain cleaner stuff.
Doctor gets drugged up because she's seen something she's not supposed to see.
But then she comes out of the place, and Amanda jumps, and people see her, and somebody recognizes her. So then she's got to freak out! Oh my God, I saw everything, and then tell her story to the cops about what she saw.
You're there convenient. You're there a little too conveniently, yeah.
A little too convenient, and then they're like, "This is pretty thin." Well,
pretty fucking
my
thin.
middle name is Thin. Well, with your wife's cooking, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. He wanted it to be over. He wanted to be clean, quick, cut and dry.
And so as they're chewing on this case, they go to the shooting range, as everybody does, and they start shooting, and they blast away at their targets, and they pull them back, and Roger's like, look at this, center of mass, and you look at Riggs's, and it's like
it's all tight groups.
It's all very tight, like very precise. I mean, it looks like a dice. It's just precision. He's like, oh yeah, well, watch this, and he throws the target back there, and he does a quick draw and fires and pulls it in and nails it, right center of the head. Got it. And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, watch this, old man." Puts on the target, sends it as far down range as
He
it can
was
go.
like a million yards away.
Unloads an entire clip, and then pulls it back in. Magazine, whatever, you know what I mean. Everybody knows what I mean. Pulls it back in, and it's got the two eyes, the nose, the smiley face. It's like, there you go, old man.
And he's like, take that.
Take that. And next thing we do is we pull up on a scene with a bunch of kids playing, going, policeman, policeman, policeman.
You're like, you're gonna bust Dixie. You're gonna bust Dixie.
Dixie. Yeah. And it's all crazy, and they're like, this is pretty thin, whatever. And they get right up to the door, and boom.
Boom.
House blows up. And then you got the whole scene going back and forth with trying to get the kids to talk, and
they got the mercury switch first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he finds the mercury switch. Yeah, he's like, this is pro stuff. This is CIA. This is this is ex-military serious stuff. And the kids are trying to get Alfie not to talk, but they end up letting everybody know that Alfie's his name, and he saw what happened, and
he doesn't say nothing, but they all tell a whole story.
Yep. And then Riggs is like, what are we doing here? We're going to give this kid crayons and he's going to draw us a picture. It's like, what are you doing? But of course, in that time frame, he's rolling up his sleeves like
it was that.
And then so he can stand next to the kid. Well, sorry, like this.
Yeah.
And as they're talking, he says he's paint what? Oh, he's painted. He's painted. He said he had that on. And he points to the tattoo, and it's like, I mean, Special Forces tattoos are very specific.
Very specific, and the kid pointed it out really easy. Like, whoa.
Real easy.
Yeah.
And so, that would mean that they would have had to have been in the same unit.
Or yeah, if it's just Mr. like that.
Yeah. But anyway, they're going to say, oh, all Special Forces have it. There's lots of Special Forces people. It's like, it'd be a little more specific.
Yeah, only our unit gets this tattoo. Your unit gets that one. It's going to be different, yeah.
And then you have to have the racial commentary in there when before the kid starts talking. It's like, Mama says, please shoot black people. And nobody answers the question. Nobody says nothing. Go get the kids some ice cream.
They'll take off. Not you. No, not you, Alfred.
But it was interesting that they had, 3 black police officers there escorting those kids off.
Time to get ice cream. Let's go.
Time to get ice cream. And then, basically the kid goes through. He's a white guy with blonde hair, but then he's painted. Got that. Now we have to go back, and we're like, okay, great. What's going on? We gotta go back to Huntsacker, and we gotta interview him. And it looks like on his place they're setting up for the funeral or services or something.
Something's going on there. Yeah. A
bunch of chairs outside, and they're sitting in his office there talking to him, and Murtaugh's trying to get it all out of him. It's like, well, you whistleblower, and they killed your daughter for it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you saw something. She saw something you wasn't supposed to see. You're involved in it, and you wouldn't play ball, or you wanted to come clean. And they're like, no. And so they got your daughter, and then he comes clean about to where he has another daughter too.
Yep. He's like, I got other kids. I got more priorities than just one daughter. I've got a whole family.
Yeah.
Right? I've got to protect them. But basically, he gets it out of him. It's like there's this program called Air America, which is another Mel Gibson movie, by the way.
Yeah.
CIA funded.
With Downey, Robert Downey Jr. in it too.
Yep. Shadow Company. The war was over. We still had a list of suppliers. We get 2 shipments a year in of heroin. They need me. I'm the money man. I clean the money. I make it look.
That's legit. Right. That's right. He's the money man.
They can't do this without me. Until the helicopter comes up and assassinates him.
Yep. Joshua comes up, makes a clean shot from the helicopter.
Boom. And then Murtaugh's like, heroin, you got out easy.
Yep. Yeah, and then you got Murtaugh going right after them, and then unloads what he's got and puts in another magazine and just unloads
Oh, Riggs, man, he was going after him as they're going away.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man, you got that sniper skill. What's up?
Yeah, go ahead with that. That he's shooting just 9 mils at him. Just
9mm at a helicopter. Yeah.
yeah, F it. You know, he just wanted to he just wanted to let loose. You
Yeah.
through? I haven't even started.
Yeah, and then Mr. Joshua reports in. He's like, "Did you do it? Yeah, we did it. Mission accomplished." Hunsaker, but we have a complication. Hunsaker spoke to the police. All right, well, we got to turn up the heat.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got there?
As good as this movie was, it was weird that Murtaugh's wife and kids bust in while he's naked in the tub, saying "Happy Birthday," and then hung out for a while as he didn't even try to cover himself. He didn't even have that many bubbles either.
Oh man, I talked about that earlier, man.
He had shorts on.
That scene still creeps me out, man. I mean, the
Yeah, I'm like,
bubbles are the
hey,
only
get
thing
out of
covering
here.
him up.
It's family. It's family.
No, I don't know that I've seen Loaded Weapon. I've heard about it though. And then they're gonna turn it up, and then we have Riggs looking for Dixie. So he's pursuing the women of the night, looking for
on
Dixie.
The corner.
See who was running her. It's like, look, I'm not gonna bust.
I'm not gonna bust your ass.
I'm just looking for this, and then Mr. Joshua comes by and does a drive-by.
Drive-by on Riggs.
And then,
through the window.
Right? Yeah, I mean, just looks like he's dead. I mean, looks like he's dead. Murtaugh comes running up. Boom, got the bulletproof vest, and he's like, so one of the first times, that you actually see that, oh, man, he should be pretty messed up from that. Those impacts are going to be brutal. He's going to have broken ribs. He might even have internal bleeding still.
Concussion from going through the window on the floor.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. He gets up and let's just continue.
Yeah, he gets up, takes the vest off, and starts, running down the street, right? He says, if it was 2 inches higher, he would have blown your head off. He said, if it was 2 inches lower, I'd be singing falsetto.
Oh, Roger, I'm mad now. I'm mad.
Let's get it. It says, I've got an idea. Let's get 2 tickets to Detroit and go hide out for a couple of weeks. Like,
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get him. I'm done. Let's.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get a call, and they're like, "Fuck this shit. We don't need a call right now. We got other stuff to worry about." And he says, "Well, it's in the neighborhood. It's by your kid. They found a kid." And he says, "Next thing you're gonna tell me he's got blonde hair and dimples." And he says,
"How'd you know, Sarge?"
How'd you know? And they're like, "Oh shit, they got my daughter's boyfriend."
They just described the kid my daughter's dating.
Yep. And they're off. And they go.
Murtaugh's residence.
They go busting through the house.
Mm-hmm.
They sneak up on the house and they bust in and they're like looking around everywhere. And of course, that wakes everybody up. So the wife and kids come out and they point the guns at the wife and she's like, ah, and they drop the guns and she's like, what's going on? And the kids are all like, what's going on? And mom's like, get the fuck in your rooms, kids. I got to hear what's going on.
Back in your room.
Back in your room. And the phone rings. Mr. Joshua's there. He's like, stay by the phone. Find out where you're going to meet us.
Yeah. You have a very beautiful daughter. I advise you to stay by the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they say, we have one advantage. I'm dead.
I think I'm a corpse.
And so you see the sergeant at the police station gets a phone call, picks it up, and you can tell it's Mr. Joshua's voice on the other line asking about the police shooting. And immediately the sergeant rips off, yeah, Martin Riggs was shot and killed. He says, oh, thank you so much. We'll send somebody down to take a report. And
yeah, they wouldn't have said that.
And smile.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they tried to verify it.
And then the main bad guy is like, I want Murtaugh alive. We need to question him, find out what they know. And basically they go over a plan. They start planning their bloody mission. They're sitting by the Christmas tree, but all the light is red that's coming through the window to show that danger, aggressiveness.
Mm-hmm. Like the scene, like the mood, yeah.
And they're like, okay, Roger, gonna have to shoot to
Kill.
kill. You have to follow my lead on this. We got to take all these guys out. And so, it's going to be bloody. Then you see him driving up in the desert. The car stops. Riggs jumps out, starts hoofing it. Station wagon goes up, sits there in the big empty nothingness, and you get a limo, a chopper, and an SUV heading his way. It's like, I'm thinking to myself, man, that's a lot of people for one dude.
Yep. No backup, no nothing. You had to come alone and dump Riggs off, and let's hope for the best.
and Riggs, he set him up. He said, okay, so they're going to kill her, right?
Yeah.
We have to take her back. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that this is going to happen with anybody coming out alive, because their goal is to kill her and us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they start the negotiation. He's like, give me my daughter. I'll walk over there. We're good. And then they're like fucking with him. So he pulls out the grenade, and this is when Mr. Joshua gets out of the car.
Yeah, is it a grenade? He won't do it.
Kind of freaking out. Yeah, he won't do it with his daughter here. I'm going to go out on my terms with my daughter.
She's going to die. She's going to die with me.
That's right. Trying
my way, not yours.
But basically, he start calling his bluff, and so he chunks the grenade and takes cover, and then Riggs starts wasting people.
Yeah.
So he takes out the two guys next to the girl, takes out the driver of the limo, and before he can take anybody else out,
McAllister.
General Pete McAllister.
McAllister's there with the MP5. Yep.
Getting ready to take him, and pulls him up and starts bringing him back. And the girl runs into the car, freaking out over the dead body that's in there, but takes off.
Yeah, she's freaking out. Okay. Yeah, she's freaking out.
Yeah. But eventually the bad guys capture everybody because they got Riggs. They got Murtaugh, and then the helicopter chases the girl down. The girl's freaking out. She's doing everything she can.
Yeah, where are you going? You don't know where to go.
I don't know where you're going. That's a helicopter. You're going to run until it's out of fuel or you're out of fuel.
And she
crashes the limo. She gets out of the limo, and basically that's it. I mean, where's she going to go? There's nowhere for her to go.
Yeah, and he's McAllister's walking Riggs back, and Riggs is talking shit. Yeah,
of course he is.
I ran into some of you shadow company pussies back in Saigon. This is that, and he's like, "Oh, you did you?" He's talking shit.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
right? He's either going to shoot you now or shoot you later. He's still going to shoot you. Why not get your jabs in?
Yeah, we'll fucking talk shit to him.
Maybe aggravate him into doing something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But then we get to the scene with our favorite Asian American stuntman, who's in like every movie in the 1980s. He was in Big Trouble in Little China that we watched earlier.
Al Leong.
He's in this one, setting up all the electrical gear with the water spraying down on him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what the heck's going on here? And Joshua's starting his interrogation, trying to get anything out of him, and says, well, I guess we're in for a long night because I don't know shit.
Yeah. They don't believe him at all. It's like, we're going to see.
We're going to find out.
And he goes, who's the chin? Talk about Al Leong, who's been in every damn movie there.
I don't know that he said chin. But
I think he said chin. He goes, who's the chin? I'm like, oh.
I think he said something else, and they may have fudged it a little bit and edited
yeah.
I mean,
I remember that right when that happened, I immediately thought about Die Hard when Al Leong, he takes his position above the candy bars and looks at the candy bar, looks at his the area he's covering, he reaches in there for candy bars. Hell yeah, that's what I would have did, Al. Oh my god.
That's right. You got to keep your energy level up in the middle of a gun.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then you see him punching Murtaugh. They're busting his chops.
Yeah, they're putting salt in his wound and everything.
Oh, he's sticking the finger in the gunshot, and
Yeah, they dump salt in it. Like, God damn, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, just going at him every which way. Then they bring the daughter in.
Yep.
And they chain
hardcore,
her
yeah.
up, and he's getting super pissed about all that. And then Riggs is playing possum a little bit, getting Hendo to come over closer to him, and then kills Hendo and climbs up the rope to undo himself, gets out of there. Then they're getting ready to the boss man. General Pete is getting ready to torture the girl a little bit, and then here comes Riggs, busting in, starts killing some more people. All the bad guys run out. They all scatter. They're all a bunch of cowards. I don't know why they're running from these two guys that are beat the crap out of, half tied up. I don't know why, but whatever. They're
in a little club still, and Riggs is walking through, just blowing people away, and everybody's still partying.
Just taking them out, one after the other. And then, Shepard's out of there. The general's out of there.
Yeah.
And then Riggs assesses everybody, gets everybody untied, and he says, one Shepard said to the other, let's get the flock out of here. And so they start taking off, and then they find the big blonde guy with the machine gun coming over there, and they make it look like Gary Busey. They do. And so they kill him real quick, and they say, well, that couldn't be him. And, of course, it wasn't.
No, it's not Joshua.
That's not him. All right. And let's see. Oh, yeah, then they start running them down. And this
on foot, yeah.
On foot, they start running them down. And what does Riggs do? Riggs hides behind the corner, sticks his gun around the corner, and just starts firing his gun.
He sweeps it? Yeah, he just
he's just going like wherever the gun's going. He's just blind firing. I mean, it's worse than shooting from the hip, man. I mean, come on. At least shooting from the hip, you're seeing.
He doesn't have any extra magazines either.
Of course not. But
every time he shoots that thing, he dumps it. Yeah.
These guns currently, at this point in the movie, have unlimited ammo.
It's a game.
I mean, they've hit the cheat code. Because there's no reloading that's happening in the next 20 minutes of the movie.
They're running through traffic.
Joshua comes out and he steals a car, throws a person out of the car, gets in the car, and then the police officer comes up and tries to stop him, and Murtaugh's like, "No, we're cops. Here, take this girl, take care of her."
Yeah,
and passes the civilian off to the cop, his daughter. As they go in the gunfight in the street, and just running down Hollywood Boulevard, shooting the crap out of everything.
Yeah, shooting everything. No background checks, no nothing. Just go for it. He Riggs is pretty fire.
Nothing.
Yeah,
straight bullets mean nothing
everywhere. He's hauling ass in the car, but if you run over here to the bridge, you'll catch up to him. Okay.
Well, yeah, because he's so exhausted because he's 50 years old and he's gassed, and said, he's going to get McAllister, but he guides him down. Hey, if you take this pathway, you'll catch up with him. He's going that way. And then Riggs finds the car and he starts shooting into the car, and the car bursts into flames. Now, I understand if it's one of the hybrids or the electric cars of today, because those things get set on fire just from looking at them wrong.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, those things burn and you can't do nothing about it. That burn's going to happen until it's done.
Yeah.
But this car, you're shooting at it and it lights on fire.
It ignites in the freeway, and then he cuts down, off the on-ramp and shit.
Well, yeah, then they're just running down the highway, right? And everybody's firing like 50, 60 rounds, 70 rounds, no reloading. Man,
he loses them because he carjacks another guy. Hey, mind if I just drive your Audi?
Yep, he steals the Audi, and then Riggs gets hit by the taxi cab driver. And
that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And the taxi cab driver's going to help him, and then Riggs is like, ugh. He's like, whoa, dude, chill out.
Goes back, meets Murtaugh. Hey, you got away, man. Fire me.
Yeah. He's like, what are we gonna do? Before that, though, Murtaugh was walking by, and then the garage door opens up.
Oh yeah, he's going back to the club. Yeah,
because the general's getting in the car and he's freaking out, packing up shop, getting out of town. Opens up the garage door and comes, and there's Murtaugh, and he's like, run him down. And what does Murtaugh do? He kills the driver. One shot, one kill. Boom, driver's done.
Boom.
Car's going all over the place. Goes around him. Car does this crazy run around thing as the general's trying to take control of the car. I don't know.
Yep.
Position doesn't seem right for him to have the foot on the gas and the steering wheel, but whatever. And then he gets hit by a bus. Car flips and rolls and explodes and fire's going everywhere. It's like, what the hell? Where's all this fire coming from?
Yeah. It totally flipped that thing on its side and its top and its lid. And he's got cocaine and grenades everywhere.
Its top, its middle, and its bottom?
Top, middle, and bottom. Hey, it had a top, middle, and bottom.
It had a top, middle, and bottom. All right.
Poor Dwight. Poor Dwight.
So it was worth at least $300.
There you go. They're going to tell you that. Oh, my goodness.
And then you see the general, and he's got the heroin everywhere in the car in front of him, and he's trapped into the car, and the car's burning, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, the car explodes.
Cocaine and grenades, man. It's a bad mix.
Yeah. Well, okay. I halfway buy that.
Yeah. They had like 7 grenades. Like, okay. Damn.
And that's when Riggs comes up and basically says, you know, everything's looking like a war zone. Hollywood Boulevard's trash. And Riggs is like, he got away. And then he's like, let's get you to the hospital. And then he's like, wait, he got away? No, he's going to my house. And that's when they put him in the sergeant's car and they haul ass back to Murtaugh's home because they know where he lives.
And if I was Joshua, I'd be like, okay, screw this. My whole operation's messed up. You know, who knows what happened to the general, my boss. I'm out of here. No, he wants to go get revenge, and he wants to go just because he knows where Murtaugh lives. He wants to go over there and just kill family.
This is how you know he's not a true professional.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
he's a psycho.
He's a psycho.
Yeah.
If he was a true professional,
he'd have been gone.
He would have cut and run.
Yeah.
Because he's always got a cut and run plan. And he would have gotten his revenge in 5 years.
Yeah. And he would have been, and you wouldn't have found him. And you wouldn't have found him.
No, you never would have found him. You never would have seen him. You never would have seen him coming because he would have just killed you all and nobody would know why because it would have just been a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm. But no, he was so pissed, I guess, that he had to go after Murtaugh's family. You know.
Well, I guess him and the general had a special relationship.
I ain't going there.
There were quite a few very homophobic jokes or comments made throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, back at the house with the explosion, and Murtaugh's trying to put him out. And what did he say? Hey, what are you, a British pack of cigarettes? And he's like, no, you're on fire, man.
And he took off his jacket, yeah.
Trying to pat him down.
That was crazy. You had to really pay attention to that one. Like, what?
Well, I mean, if you listen to all the dialogue, there were little quick whippet things that were about that and racial things and all kinds of stuff through this movie.
Oh
yeah. They got by censors because they probably didn't know what the hell they were hearing.
No, yeah.
And then you see the cops that are sitting out watching the Murtaugh's place, and so you're like, okay, they got police representation. The family's all safe, and Mr. Joshua pulls up. It's a nice night, isn't it? Now, bam, bam, and kills the 2 cops. Nothing doing. They weren't suspicious about somebody coming up and stopping next to their police car. Who the hell stops next to?
I know, right?
Who wants to talk to the policeman? I'm sorry, not many people want to stop and talk to the policeman. You know that he's got a job to do, and whoever he's there for, you don't want it to be you, so you don't want to talk to him. But, so he takes them out, and the car goes and busts open the fire hydrant.
Oh yeah, the car of the cops that he killed. Yeah, and he's just looking at it like, boom! Here comes everybody. You idiot.
Yep. And then Joshua goes into the house. No one's home. Christmas Carol is playing on the television.
He finds the note.
He finds the note. He shoots up the house, shoots up the TV, finds the note.
It's goddamn Christmas. It's goddamn Christmas. He's pissed, dude. He is a few sandwiches short of a picnic, I swear to God.
Oh, for sure. But yeah,
Oh,
I mean, fair enough with the actor. But anyway.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, it was great in it.
Man, he's gone back and forth, and he's been born again 6 or 7 times now.
Oh my God, he was great in this. He was great in Point Break. Oh my God.
Oh, Point Break is one of my favorites, man.
It's awesome. One. I love that damn movie.
Man, so I was so hooked on that movie. A friend of mine had HBO and I didn't, and so he recorded it for me. And on top of that, this was such a good friend. He recorded the first music video Metallica ever did, which is One by Metallica, on that right before the presentation of that. So I had that on my VHS that I watched forever. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was the first one. I'm like, okay, Bill and Ted's Ted. Keanu Reeves is in this Point Break movie. Okay, and then I was like, whoa, he did a good job. And then Speed.
No. You were like, whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. That excellent.
You had Anthony Kiedis in that, and
oh God,
at that time in my life,
we do that movie.
I had the biggest crush on Lori Petty. That black hair,
really?
blue eyes, that short. I don't know what it was about.
She did not do anything for me. I liked the. Okay, we're digressing, but when they went in to go bust those dudes because they thought they were the ex-presidents, the chick that answered the door.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! How'd they pull her?
I agree, but
she was smoking hot. I'm like, whoa! Even Gary Busey's like, whoa!
I don't know if it was the characterization or what, but maybe it was just the black hair and blue eyes thing. I don't know, but anyway.
For Lori Petty, yeah.
Well, because that's not normal for her, but anyway.
No. Where were we?
Dude, I love that movie. I'd love to talk about that one all day.
Yeah, it was great. Oh my God.
And now we get to the biggest machismo, testicles in a wheelbarrow.
The shit wouldn't happen
nonsense scene. Nonsense. I mean, they're arresting this guy, they're patting him down, and then Riggs is like, "You want to go? You want to find out who's the man?
What do you say, Jack? You want to shout out the title? Don't mind if I do."
Yeah, let's go.
And then we got Gary Busey versus Mel Gibson. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And that was a dope ass drag out fight.
It was a dope ass fight.
That was a great fight between them.
And that fire hydrant paid off because it did the whole Scorsese wet in the streets thing. Yep. Scorsese always likes wet in the streets, but it wet the whole thing, put the water on it, it gave it that extra dramatic effect. Slipping and sliding, created the mud. And puddles of water.
And Joshua was taking him. Joshua was getting his. Joshua was getting his in there, and then he had to go grab a weapon, and then they throw him the nightstick.
Which is just crazy to me because you got these cops that are all circling this thing, and Murtaugh's holding off because he's the man in charge for the moment.
Yeah, let him fight. Let him fight. Yeah, okay.
Let him fight it out. Oh yeah, because that's what would happen. But
anyway. Yeah, if they let him fight and he kills Riggs, that's on you, Murtaugh. You're going to jail now.
Yeah, you let it happen. Even if you're going to arrest the guy.
You're in command? I think you need to be fired now. Yeah, you're going to let go.
If he killed the other guy, well, then he was in police custody and we killed him. Yep. And so that's the thing. And you got to deal with that.
Yeah, a big fight.
But the fight was awesome. The fight was
great.
And then
Riggs went into he got him with a triangle. He got
man, he got him.
He got him with a triangle. Oh wow, go Mel Gibson, go.
Well, and then they went all stupid with it because they're like, break his neck. He's like, no, dude, just let him sit there for a little bit. He'll go unconscious. You'll be fine.
Well, yeah, exactly. Go unconscious, let him go, and he'll be all right, just like the chokehold. But then Murtaugh kind of got dark, and then Riggs was like, it's not worth it. So, switcheroo. Well,
switcheroo.
I understand, Murtaugh. You're going after my family. I'm gonna let my partner kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But you
well,
can't.
yeah, no
You
doubt.
know, yeah.
And
So
and then they go in to arrest him, and he pulls one of the kids'
he gets
guns, and which is ridiculous because they would be secured.
retention. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, weapon retention is
weapon
massive. I mean,
retention.
yeah, but I mean, it'd be. But
But
anyway,
he's a mercenary. He'd know all the retention there is into
sure
what he,
thing, whatever.
you know, what he'd have to do to get it out. And they all had pretty much 6 shooters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, no, and then Riggs and Murtaugh both at the same time. Draw,
Yeah,
fire,
boom.
boom, done.
And then he goes and visits the wife.
Got to visit the wife at the grave. Got it.
And they,
Basically,
and they made him up pretty good. He was scarred up from that fight.
well, and in that whole scene where he's like, I mean, they spent some time there, basically showing that okay, I'm at peace now. I'm
I'm a
ready
little
to
over
move
this.
on
Yeah, yeah.
with my life. I've seen enough violence. You know, I need to get past this. I need to be thinking about other things because he has something else now. He's got a partner. He's got a friend. He's got his family that he can connect with now.
He's a part of now. Yeah,
He's got more human connection than his trailer on the beach with the dog.
yeah.
You know, he's got a family that he can go have Christmas dinner with. You know, all this. You know, he's got something to live for, essentially. And so that's when he stops by the house, and he says, "Here, I've got a birthday present for your dad. Would you give it to him for me?"
Rianne, and that's all he wanted to do. He was going to leave.
And he was out.
He was
He
going to
says
leave.
he'll know what this means. This is, I mean, basically he told Murtaugh, "This is the bullet that I'm going to kill myself with."
That I was going to do it with. Yeah. So that meant something to him. He's like, I don't need it anymore. He knows what it means.
Don't need it anymore. And she's like, "Why don't you come in?" And he's like, "No, I got it. I'm out."
He still feels like he's got to be invited, or he's like, you know.
He's still got that barrier, right?
Right.
I mean,
right. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Murtaugh comes out and he's like, "You're gonna make me eat my wife's turkey all by myself? You're crazy." Well, let me tell you a secret. I'm not crazy. He's like, "I know." All right, let's go eat. You know him, he's always hungry.
Yep. Hey, mind if I bring a friend?
Oh yeah, bringing the dog to mess with the cat.
Brought the dog. Murtaugh responsible for Joshua's death. Yep. After 200 cops arrived, committed arrest Murtaugh. Allowed brutal beat. Yep. He allowed it to go down.
Absolutely was.
Yeah. And in real life, all that shit would have a big old impact, and Joshua would get an attorney. Oh my god. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. No, the whole thing would be terrible.
Yeah.
For everybody involved. Hey, thanks for joining us, Red Sky Reviews. I appreciate you coming by and stopping and saying hello. We appreciate you. Let's go eat. And then he's like, "You know, I think your daughter kind of likes me. Touch her and I'll kill you."
Big old age difference there too. Just like, oh my god, like you had to say that.
Yep. And that's for the third time, and it ends the film. I'm too old for this shit.
And I went down in the history books. Yep. But that wasn't like the first cop buddy. No. I mean, one of the main ones that I watched growing up. Yeah, but then it started a thing.
It started a whole thing, and actually, I think it started earlier. I don't remember which one was first, honestly. But I mean, buddy cop movies were definitely a thing.
Yeah, but this was dark. It was dark. It was serious. And then here comes Joe Pesci, and then I was like, man, whatever. Yeah. Which is the one that Jet Li came in his debut movie? 3 or 4? 3?
Well, maybe 4. I don't remember.
Maybe 4 because the first one was Joe Pesci.
So there were buddy cop shows and stuff before this, but 48 Hours was 1982.
That's right. And that wasn't buddy cops. It was, cop and convict, but it was a buddy movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they could say that.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Lethal Weapon with Jet Li in it.
Yeah.
That changed a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
because I became a huge Jet Li fan.
He was young in there, and he was so fast, and he
Well,
was
I went back and looked through his whole catalog. I mean, I got into martial arts in the beginning, 2000, 1999, essentially.
yeah,
And so I was watching everything. And Fist of Legend is still one of my favorite movies. And it's Jet
yeah,
Li's remake of one of Bruce's movies.
yeah.
And it was awesome. I thought it was a better interpretation of karate. I thought it was a better interpretation of some of the events that took place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love that. It might have been 4.
Oh yeah,
Chris Rock, Jet Li. Yeah, that was 4.
that was 4 because Chris Rock, Jet Li, Joe Pesci was still in it, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
they kept Joe Pesci. Yeah, they kept Joe Pesci around. And they were heading big for that comedy vibe.
Yeah, yeah. It went all comedy, and then you introduced Jet Li in it, and then that was the only cool shit, and he whooped their ass, and then
Oh man, it was awesome. And
yeah,
you know what? Jet Li still kind of regrets making that movie.
he does, huh?
It was the first time that he ever played a bad guy,
Yeah,
and the Chinese people did not appreciate seeing him play a bad guy.
that's crazy. I get it. Yeah.
I mean, they love him. I mean, Black Mask. That was awesome. I love that one.
You remember the one?
The one. I was just gonna say that. The one.
The
Yeah.
one was insane. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna watch this like 10 more times.
One of the first multiverse movies, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am you. I am you.
Jet
I'm
Li's
nobody's
been
bitch.
some great movies. Did you ever see Kiss of the Dragon?
Yeah, I barely remember it though, but I did see
It
that.
wasn't very good.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't one of his best.
And then what?
But
Romeo Must Die and all that.
we almost died. Yeah, they
Was
were
that
all the
DMX
same.
and Jet Li or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Danny the dog. That's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's damn good. He was acting good in that one. Oh my god.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's acting up against Morgan Freeman, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to, and Bob Hoskins. You got to up your game.
That was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right, wrapping it up. Final thoughts on Lethal Weapon?
No, I loved it. I think that's one of the best ones of the series. Started it off real serious, Then I was already a Mel Gibson fan. I was already Road Warrior, Mad Max, all that, and then that was it, man. I watched the rest of them, but they never lived up to the first one. Even I'm glad they introduced Rene Russo because he had a love interest in there. Okay, but that was silly because she was just she was just really like macho as he was and shit, and he's like loving it. And it's like, oh my god, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch this movie frequently, but I have 1 through 4. I think I don't.
Oh, do you?
I don't know that I've seen 5. But the first 4, I enjoy them. They're not go-to watches. If I'm watching something like that, I'm watching like Die Hard, or I'm going to watch 48 Hours, or Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop, just 3 of those movies are amazing.
Beverly Hills Cop was awesome, and the first one is supposed to be a Sylvester Stallone movie.
You're right, exactly.
Remember?
That would.
Yeah, and then oh no, he had a 1911, not a Beretta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then in Cobra, Stallone had that Colt Commander 1911. And then okay, so I'm trying to think out the Beretta movies, McClane, Die Hard, and then you got Mel Gibson had it, and it kept on for a while.
Well, and then you had the vast swath of action heroes at the time, right? You had Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you had Sylvester Stallone, 2 guys that are big and buff and can't really speak English that well.
and then you get Jean-Claude in there.
And you get Jean-Claude, and you get the martial arts side of things, and then you get your Bruce Lee's, and then Jackie Chan's, and then Jet Li's. But then you have your Mel Gibsons, and you have your Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis got involved, yeah.
And then, who else can play an action star and stuff like that? And then you had things like Crocodile Dundee come out and said, oh, well, we can have this like romantic action type of thing going on.
And then before we talked about, Keanu Reeves came in and did some action. I'm like, whoa.
Man, yeah, Point Break was.
Point Break, I could watch that right now all the way through.
You know what? I'm going to have to watch it this weekend probably. Because I haven't seen it in so long. And I remember going to the movie theater and watching the remake and going, what the fuck is this?
On what? In which one?
The 2015, or was it 2015? I don't remember. There was a Point Break remake.
Oh yeah, that was. I can't remember that one that well, but it's more skydiving, more crazy stunts and stuff. But it was just so forgettable to me.
It was extremely forgettable.
Oh my god! I'm like, Jesus.
There
I can't even remember the main actor. I don't even know if he's still doing anything.
Well, he was. They made the movie with a bunch of unknowns.
Yeah. Shit. PNC was talking about Tango and Cash.
I love Tango and Cash. That was a good one. 2015. Yeah. It was 2015. Edgar Ramirez was
I remember him. He's in a couple movies I know.
Luke Bracey was Utah.
Yeah.
Ray Winston was Pappas.
Remember in what's it called? Point Break. Turtle was in there. Turtle from the North Shore.
Yeah.
He was in. And all these movies we talk about, I bet you Punk has only watched like maybe one of them.
I doubt that
he's got to watch more. I'm like, you haven't seen. It's like me not watching Predator or something. Like what?
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. What's up, Cobra Commander?
Cobra Commander made it.
I love this movie. I think it's a great movie, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best buddy cop movies that's out there.
Yeah,
all the other ones
met each other. Yeah.
As we were talking about, was Criminal and Cop, or these, odd couple pairings.
Right.
Yeah, no, man, I love it. All right, guys. Oh yeah, we
the next one. Are we doing Aliens?
I believe so. Let me double check on that. But got anything you want to rant on?
Me no. When's Lawrence got to leave? When's he leaving for the weekend for the trip?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow morning he's gone. Oh, and he's all exhausted.
That's why he's not on tonight.
Yeah,
it's because he's packing in, showering, and getting his stink off before he goes.
Sorry, guys. That's why Lawrence isn't here for you today. He asked me to fill in. I said, yeah, I'm not doing shit on Thursday. So tomorrow's my 24-hour shift. So thank you for having me here, man. It was fun. At least we're talking about Lethal Weapon, and then next one will be Aliens, I believe. I just, Matt just confirmed that, co-signed that, and oh my God, it's going to be fun. I'm going to have fun. I need to watch it.
Currently, the tally is 39% Aliens, and it's definitely in the lead. I don't think anything's going to catch it up, so we're going to have to cut it off, and we're going to do Aliens for the next one. Man, Billy Jack's a great movie. I think more people need to see Billy Jack. I
haven't seen that. I haven't seen that in forever.
It's literally the first PTSD movie that was made by a Vietnam veteran, and he happened to be Native American on top of it, and the racism that he felt coming back to his hometown area and stuff, and doing all the Top Keto stuff. And there's a trilogy of movies. The first one I think is probably the best. The next two movies kind of go into some hippy dippy stuff and drugs.
Oh yeah.
Weirdness with cults and stuff. But Beastmaster's great. Toxic Avenger's great. Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon is a must.
Flash Gordon. I am so pumped to see Flash Gordon again.
Me too. I'd watch it. I'd watch that right now too before Point Break.
Man, I gotta see Point Break because I see Flash Gordon like all the time. We watch it all the time. My daughter loves it. My wife loves it. We watch it all the time. And those NECA figures look freaking amazing.
Oh my God, they look really good. Not doing it.
Yeah.
Not doing it. I'm not doing it.
PNC, the Billy Jack collection of 4 movies is at Walmart on
DVD
for $10.
I'll be down.
It's well worth the pickup just to see kind of where a lot of this stuff started, because like I said, the first movie is really about PTSD and really dealt with that conflict of coming back from Vietnam and having to deal with living in the world before Rambo did. But Rambo made a bigger splash with Stallone and all that stuff and kind of kicked everything off there. And Rambo's brilliant. Also.
Oh my God! Yeah, First Blood. First Blood is in. Oh
yeah.
We just watched that recently at the station too. We have these movie nights to where, what do you want to watch? Put it on. You know,
Yeah.
we hardly get through them, but it's something to watch when we're hanging out. So, but yeah, oh my God! But and he hardly speaks in that movie.
Yeah, yes, he does. Yeah,
he said, "I'll just have Richard Crenna talk me up." That's great.
Well, and that's one of the big tropes of the stoic macho man. Doesn't talk very much. That whole '80s vibe of action hero, what it takes to be a man type of thing. It's all that toxic masculinity that everyone talks about today, but it served a purpose.
Yeah, I was like, was it toxic? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I agree. It's not toxic. It is a form of dealing with the trauma that you've been through. It's like you have very few words, so what you say means something.
Yeah.
You're not just blabbing all the time. And when you say something, you mean it. And I get that vibe from every single combat service member that I've ever met.
Yeah, that's how I feel Snake Eyes would probably talk if he could talk.
If he could, yeah. Well, and if you go back and you go through all of Hama's stuff and what he's written on Snake Eyes, every time that he voices something, it's in writing or whatever, but it is short, it's sweet, it's to the point, it is direct, it's no BS.
Yeah, and did you see that one issue? I want to get it. I'm eventually going to go back and collect all the ARAH, but when Sean Collins wants to be in the service and his Wade is telling him this, and that, you know what? You should write.
That is the issue that I had signed by Larry Hama.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Write Snake Eyes. Just whatever you want to do. I know you want to go in the service, but write to him. Da, 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 da. And he wrote to him, and they delivered it. And he went to he read it. He went somewhere into the mess hall, and he just started. Snake Eyes started writing him back, and this is Snake Eyes talking, and I'm gonna read it. And oh my God, everything was poignant and like to the point. I'm like, this is crazy.
Do you know why that issue was written?
No.
That issue was written specifically because Larry had something to say in total of what G.I. Joe is and what it's supposed to be and what was edited out of issue number 1 of G.I. Joe from what he wrote. He wanted to encompass all of that emotion and thought process into this letter because this was the very last issue of G.I. Joe that would ever be published.
That's far right. As he knew. What number was that, Matt?
155.
155. Okay.
Yeah.
The letter. Yeah.
I got a big comic book edition, so it's like this big. I mean,
oversized, everything. Yeah.
And it's got issue number 1 and another issue and issue 155 in it. And I had my standard issue 155 signed by Larry Hama in 2014 when I first met him, because I was like, this is the most important issue of G.I. Joe to me.
It is. It's like everything he wrote, it resonated. I'm like, I could see that. It's like he just tore him down. It's like, you don't think it's this and this and that. It is this, it is that, it is. But he says like honor and you're serving your country, and I was like, oh my God, man.
You don't do it for any of that. You do it for the guy next to you.
Yeah, you do it for the next to you.
This is your family. This is the people you depend on. You can't do it for glory. You can't do it for anything else. You have to do it with the entire mentality of service and protecting the guy next to you.
Yeah, and coming from him, he lost it. He lost the family. He lost the family when Hawk came and talked to him. It was insane. It was crazy. Hang on 1 second.
No, it's a good one. Did I see Last Blood? Yeah, it wasn't as good as the one before it. I didn't think that one was as good as the one where he went to. Oh shoot, I forget where it was.
No, you're right. I saw Last Blood and it was cool, but I liked the one before it way better. When he was in Thailand, he was living in Cambodia or Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah, he was over there and dealing with the missionaries and stuff. I thought that
Yes,
was a way better story than Last Blood was, but that's all
it was
right.
way better. It was
Burma,
way better.
yeah, it was Burma. I really liked
Burma.
that one.
That's right.
I thought that was the perfect epitaph. That was the perfect way to end Rambo's
Mhm.
story.
The
You know,
flashbacks just like it hit me. I'm like, oh, it takes you back through the history. And
yep,
in one of the scenes, you see his Class A uniform or something,
yep.
or maybe
So
that was in two. I can't
do
remember,
you,
but
do you know that there's a graphic novel coming out of Rambo's origin story about how he started when he left school and joined the military and went through his first mission and all that kind of stuff?
I know that was coming out, and the ones that I had told
That
you
was,
about Baker Team.
yep.
That's the stuff I'm reading now online, and you can get it online for free. It's Rambo Baker Team, and it's about his time in Vietnam, and then his induction into the Special Forces by Troutman, his training, and then everything's already written already, and it goes up to where, shine, please, no, and the shine box explodes, blows his friend all over. You go through all of that. It is crazy, and you got to deal with the fact that a book is going to be so much more detailed than any movie. Like that's why you say, "Oh, the book's better. The book's better. The book's better."
Right.
Well, this is crazy. You get to know in depth almost every member of Baker Team. Jorgensen, Krakauer, Ortega, Coletta, all of them. It's Danforth. It is insane, dude.
I got to read that, but I also this book written by Chuck Dixon, famous comic book writer, who's very famous for Nightwing and some of the G.I. Joe runs and IDW and a whole bunch of other stuff. He wrote this thing with Stallone for Rambo.
Man, you got to show me that. You got to show me where I can dig
awesome.
that
and
up.
Then subsequently, buddy of mine, the Critical Drinker, wrote a short little one-shot of basically Troutman's origin story. And so you get a little piece of where Troutman came from before he was Rambo CO.
Yep.
PNC, Rambo pre-blood. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Monday night with Toy Ramblings. I don't know if that's happening or not.
I don't know. Yeah, he's not going to be. Is he going to be in town or?
I think he's still going to be at Disney at that time. But I do know that he does have something for next Thursday, which is the Conversations with Shark Eyes is coming up. That was already recorded. And
nice.
Gonna be put out on Thursday night. And then the next Punk on Films will be Aliens. So we guys talk about it, tell your friends about it, come and see us. And you can check me out on my Instagram, Mamu's action figure blog. I keep posting stuff all the time. My latest picture from Shipwreck got noticed by Buzz Dixon, the cartoon writer for G.I. Joe in the 1980s, and he said it was the best Shipwreck photo he'd ever seen.
Awesome. That's crazy. That's on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Right.
The one with Shipwreck in the hammock, holding up Polly, drinking.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Well, I got one too. When I made that Law and Order, I put it on. I showed Kirk Bazigian, and he's like, "I've never looked better." I'm like,
"That's awesome!"
Oh my god, that was so cool. Yeah.
So
they based him off. They based him off Kirk Bazigian, Law and Order.
They did. And Tone Rat was Larry Hama, and a lot of guys back in the day had their stories. And well, guess what? Chris McLeod, he's got his tribute too now with the new Tripwire figure with the drone named after him.
Yeah, Travis wants to put a Marvel Legends MCU Hawkeye on that Tripwire, and that's his kit bash. So there you go, Hurt Locker, right there, buddy.
There you go. All right, Tony, what do you have coming up? Anything? You going on any shows?
No, just everybody. You can catch me again on hashtag. Well, not hashtag at Tony's_figs on Instagram. I'm making customs left and right when I got the time. And what was the latest one? Oh, the Chuck. I made my own Chuckles.
That Chuckles is sweet, man. I really like it. I dig it.
Thanks, man. That took a while, bro. I took a page out of Chad Merrick's book and got the water slide decals out. He cut each flower and leaf and put them all over his shirt. And
oh man,
I had to do all that. It was fun. I'm like, I just put the music on and started going at it, and then the buck for that is so simple. That shipwreck buck, that because of the trousers, man,
Yep.
and the open shirt, short sleeve. I stuck Captain America's Steve Rogers head on there for the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends, and I just called it good. But I just got some more head sculpts in from Brandon Aubert, or Brandon, is it Brandon Aubert? I'm not sure, but that's another buddy of mine, and he does some 3D printing, and he gave me some heads that look like John Constantine, but I can paint up to look kind of like Chuckles, like wavy blondie hair. So
Nice.
we'll see how that goes. So
That's awesome. Thanks,
about it.
PNC. We had a lot of fun. Check us out and come back for the next one. Subscribe, like,
Alien.
share. Aliens is our next Punk on Films in 2 weeks. Next week's Thursday show will be Shark Eyes, and we will see you guys next time. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good night.
Peace out, guys.